everyone. Welcome back to Children of Éarte and this brand new year. We're so excited to have you. As per usual, we're just going to dive right in. Adam, who are our sponsors?
Thank you to our incredible sponsors. First up, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find an Electrum chest code on the overlay or bouncing around in chat. Thanks for the continued support. We have Die Hard Dice, who has gifted our cast with, let's see where we are, Sam DeLev's Deluxe Deliverers of Delight.
Ooh. Sam got in there.
That's
amazing.
My favorite
It's a good one. I like that one.
Good.
So, yeah, thank you, Die Hard. You can use the code Éarte to get 10% off your order in their store online. And also, we will be giving away a $20 promotional code. Pay attention to the prompts in chat for that. And finally, tonight, you'll hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape because epic games need epic sound. I'm Adam Bradford, CDO at Demiplane. Tonight, I am playing Silas Sorrell, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan.
Pulling it out of the air up here. Yeah.
We're back. Hey, everybody. I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. And because it's the start of the new year, I have nothing yet, but things are brewing, so I have nothing to say. Tonight, I'll be playing a temporarily dark and goth-haired Fairuza Armstrong. And she's still employed, I think, attorney at law.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. Happy 2024. Welcome back, everybody. You can find me on the interwebs as at Dreamwisp, streaming as Dreamwisp Jen. Lots of stuff also cooking that we'll talk about as it happens. But tonight, I will be playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn.
Yay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me at my website, lauren-urban.com. I've also maybe got stuff going on. That's the best place to find it. But the most important thing is, first off, Fairuza, I do think that you are still employed. It's only the 17th day, so they're probably just starting to get worried. And who was that? That was
Holidays,
Carolyn.
too. Come on.
Exactly. It was over the holidays. You've got time. You got time. Day 17. We're fine.
They probably just sent the first letter being like, hey, we're a little worried. Where are you?
Considering you work at a law firm, it's probably a very beautifully crafted, really nice letterhead, everything.
Mr. Courtney, what gives?
2 words, you're fired. No, I'm just kidding.
But tonight I'm not playing the deliverer of bad news for Fairuza. I'm playing Carolyn Nebula Stern, who is just remembering that she's been here for 17 days and wants to stay for 17 longer.
I can't believe it's only been 17 days. Oh my gosh.
I just looked it up. We just woke up to day 17.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh,
hello, everyone. I am Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on the socials at the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me as a dungeon master on Misfits of Alceta on Wednesdays, which means tomorrow, which means, guess what? It's also going to be our 1-year anniversary. That's wild. Thank you. So come join us and celebrate with us. And tonight I am playing your favorite Granny for Hire, Miss Robin Beckett.
I love you all have little catchphrases. It's so fantastic. I just adore you all very much. Oh my gosh. And Lauren just put the most amazing thing in chat.
Wait, what?
Everyone at home. Lauren, please.
So I've been keeping track of not just how many days it was, but because we were told what day we got on the train, it was December 15th when we got on the train, which means we woke up this morning at our characters on day 17, which is December 31st. So it's Happy New Year's Eve.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. Well, we're at episode 67 right now. Probably by 75, it'll be New Year. So you'll have made it.
Yay.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I will be your storyteller for this evening. So settle in, get comfy as we dive into the, as I said, 67th chapter of Children of Éarte. So, little refresher from where we were last time. You all spent some time in the sandcastle hut and did some exploring of your own. You heard some noises, you found some interesting things, and the final sort of revelation were these sort of stone 5-legged spider creatures that when they tucked their legs under them, appeared to be just rocks and moss and mushrooms. They very kind of, seemed to become an inanimate object. But whenever you came close, they sprung into these terrifying stone spiders. Just as you were beginning to fight with them and figure out what was going on there, Ivy ascended from the waters below and helped to destroy them. In her very last moment, as she stuck a long, sharp icicle nail straight through the center of the body of one of them, killing it instantly, she turned to all of you and said, "This is bad. We must find Zola." I hand it to you, players, adventurers.
Wait, like now?
He says, "The snow is falling. If you wish to follow them to the door, you must go now."
Well, we just got here.
Tiver is safe. You have done all that you can. The people are coming back. I can start to rebuild. If you wish to save the other worlds, you must go now.
And Neb's going to look over at the corpses of these spiders and look back and be like, if she's sending those after us, do we really want to go to her? It sounds like her world doesn't need saving.
She sent them as scouts. These are designed to find the creatures that she describes to them. Clearly, she is looking for you.
Well, then
Well,
what
I
are we
mean-
going to do if they show up and then you're not there to finish them off for us?
Oh, we can handle these things.
You are more capable than you give yourselves credit for.
Yeah,
After all that
she's-
you have done. You took down Tulrun.
Yeah.
Handily, I might add.
Well, that was partially because we had a great spot to do it in and a lot of time to think about it.
Thank you, Miss Robin.
And of course, luck is always on our side.
So, what do we do when we find her? Say, hey,
Yeah,
stop.
why does she want to kill us anyway?
Yeah.
Ivy, walks to her ice throne. As she sits upon it, you can see the spikes that have now, the icicles that have now grown along her back fall, perfectly aligning with those indents along the back of the chair as if it was just custom built for her. As you've noticed, she is quite a bit taller now, 8-9 feet tall. Even Fairuza, you're kind of looking up a little bit as she passes by. Her gown stiff with ice and frost. As she sits, she sort of puts one hand, a finger to her temple, the long icicle going high. She looks to you. She says, "Because she believes the rumors are true. I also think there is evidence to that. It is said that only children of Éarte can kill a ruler. You have done this. Perhaps she wants you gone before you can do the same to her."
Well, listen, we don't want to kill nobody that don't want to kill us.
Well, but she wants to kill us, so doesn't that mean that...
Well, yes. And that's why this is bad timing on her part, right? Like, literally until this, I think we would have been happy to just go bring Pilgrim home and, go talk to her. We wanted to talk to her when we
If
were in the
she'd
Vale
come
anyway.
with, milk and cookies, then we would reply in kind.
I think everybody just needs to have a nice conversation. There's so many different things being assumed here.
Where should
Yes,
we
sir.
do it? Amongst the corpse spiders, Miss Robin? This conversation. I want to remind you guys, if she's already sending scouts after us, this was like the first instance. More is coming, and it could be stronger and worse. So I think if we head out anywhere, we have to have our P's and Q's and about us.
Agreed, but is there any way to get a message to her? Try to tell her we're not the threat she thinks we are.
You look over at Pivum and you see him kind of rocking back and forth on his feet, and he starts to mutter, "Oh, no, 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 oh, no, no, no." And he's sort of looking at the corpses of these rock bodies. And he goes over and pulls this tiny little sort of spade out of his pocket, his little knapsack, and goes over and starts to flick away some of the moss and the algae at the top. And as he does, one of the spores opens up, this sort of blue dust going off into the air. And he turns back to you, Neb, and says, I think she already knows. She knows you're here. They'll have sent her a message.
Okay, but is there any way that we can send a message back? If she's doing a preemptive strike on us because she thinks we're coming to kill her, which if she knows that we've killed Tall Run and the only thing that she knows about Children of Éarte is that we've come to kill rulers, I kind of understand it. So how do we convince her? How do we let her know otherwise without walking into a place where she's going to be trying to kill us the whole time?
Well, she, Zola is a good and fair leader. She takes care of all the people of Lelia, and that includes protecting herself and the people of Lelia. So it's possible that if we could go and show her you mean no harm, she might lay off her force.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like anybody who's spent more than 30 seconds with this Talron character is going to know that he is a jackass of the highest tier. And so, like, obviously she's got to know him in some way. And so it should be pretty easy for us to explain, like, hey, jackass of highest tier attacked us multiple times, tried to kill this other ruler, Ivy. We protected the other ruler. We want to do the same for you. It should be a slam dunk. Very, very easy, diplomatic relationship that we can forge with, what's her name again?
Zola.
Queen Zola.
That's if we can get close enough to her, Silas. Like, what if we end up butting up against more of her scouts before we can even, maybe we should just send her a fruit basket lined with paper dolls. Do you have any of those things left, Miss Robin?
Edible arrangement is a much better call.
A Trojan edible arrangement.
If you send it with the actual paper dolls, isn't it an attacking arrangement at that point? Silas, I think that's a great idea, and I believe that you could absolutely convince her, but Fairuza is also right in where until she knows that we're not actively trying to kill her, she's actively trying to kill us, and we're going to have to protect ourselves, and things are just going to spiral out of control. So I don't know. I have no answers to any of this, but
yeah, we'll just throw down on any of these little spider scouts when they come down, and then we will kill our way up to Zola if we have to, and say, listen, we come in peace with this,
and we come with pieces of the ice spiders.
Complete devastation behind us. That's how we do it.
And I'm sure she's going to believe that as we wield our weapons.
Well, I mean, anybody who's going to attack first, I mean, this is silly activity. I mean, I would expect more of a ruler. It seems like they would be a little bit smarter than that.
Is the only
Ivy, you hear a little soft chuckle from Ivy from behind you, Silas, as you say this. She says, rulers are not infallible. We are as unique as a snowflake. And as she does, she sort of picks one out of the air, blows it off of her fingernail towards
to be clear, I wasn't saying that she necessarily made an error, which she did. I was saying she was doing something that wasn't intelligent, because this is an intelligent, preemptive attack. That's all I'm saying. You were more intelligent about it, Ivy, and you at least, said, hey, these folks might can help us. But Zola looks like, she's literally throwing a first punch here. And so, hey, I'm fine, everybody. If we want to jump in a portal and go to this other place and throw a punch back real quick, because can't stand bullies anyway, we can go do that for sure if everybody's on board with it.
Ivy, so you said that one of the rumors is that we can kill rulers. Are there any other popular rumors about us that we should know about?
I believe Pivum has clued you into most of the stories. But yes, there are prophecies of Children of Éarte doing in all of the rulers and forming a new order. I hope that is not your intent. I feel I've shown you that I am a capable and compassionate ruler for my people. I have not harmed you yet.
Yet? Wow, that sounds like a veiled threat.
Hit the brakes. Put it in reverse. What?
She looks at you and says, you have not harmed me, and so I have not harmed you. I cannot make promises.
Hey, we've done a little bit more than not harm you. We've actually helped you like a whole lot.
This is true.
Okay.
Do you wish to continue to help the different realms?
Yes, if we can, if that's our purpose, if that's why we're...
Just to clarify, from what I understood, all of the realms were fighting each other all the time and trying to vie for each other's power and spaces. So why should we believe that you would want us to help another one of the rulers?
I have seen the error of my ways. I told you this. I went and looked
Yeah,
for the scribe.
watching her say this,
Yes.
observing her behavior. I've seen
Yes.
her for a while. We've watched her
yes,
in the
you have.
mirror. Can I get any vibes off
You
of
can
what
do
she's
an
saying? Is there
insight. Of course you can do
okay.
an insight.
Vibe check.
Mm-mm.
A little vibe check.
Vibe check.
Well, vibe check.
You have noticed she stopped blinking.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I get very little. It's a
She
3.
stopped blinking. It's like trying to get a vibe check off of an owl, unless you specific. She is no longer human enough for you to really grasp intention. She says what she says, but her intonation is very neutral. She sees you sort of maybe cock your head and like you're questioning her a little bit. And she stands now to her full 9-foot height here, quite a giantess in her own right here. And she stands over to you and says, I have no desire to hurt you, child. I have learned to love, admire the children of Éarte. In fact, the greatest love of my life, one of yours, Julian. I wish only that he is healthy and happy and safe. Do me this favor. See if you can find him. See if you can convince Zola to fight for peace instead of war.
Hey, I don't mean to be insensitive right here, but how you said that these mists, you can talk to dead people. Have you gone up there and been like, Julian, can you hear me, Julian? Do you know he's alive?
A little turn of her head as she looks up at them. Oh, I'm afraid of the answer I may not receive.
Well, you want us to ask for you?
I have not yet tried since we have returned.
Well,
Oh,
listen,
we haven't had a lot of time.
Perhaps. She'll start to make her way towards the staircase. As she steps on it, it jolts a little bit, but now that it is colder again, it freezes up a bit as she slowly goes up. You can even see as her sort of trail of frost dress, bumps along the bottom, it seems to almost again re-icicle, refreeze as it steps up this ladder. She rises
Maeve is going to follow.
top.
Unless she's told otherwise, she's going to immediately follow
She
behind.
does not stop you. Her train is long, so unless you want to step on her frost dress, you're, a good 5 feet behind her.
I'm gonna fly as close to her back without getting poked by an icicle as I can, over the train.
Yeah, I mean they are like dragon or dinosaur spikes. It's very exciting for you, Silas. I mean, she really has a spine of spikes coming down her back. As she reaches up to the top, again, her long icicle fingernails, you've noticed her nose is more angular, her chin is more angular, everything about her sort of crystallizing into these geometric shapes. She steps up one last step until her head is in the mists. She breathes. Julian, my love, if you are here, please put my mind at rest. I cannot bear not knowing. If I could know you were gone, I could let you go. And she waits. A single tear forms in the corner of her eyes as she intakes a breath, as though she is hearing a response that you yourselves do not hear. This little tear immediately freezes and rolls down her cheeks, dropping to the ground where it shatters into a little bit of snow. She looks down to you, Neb, And over at you, Silas, glistening, he told me he loved me. And he was sorry. She does
So-
not blink tears away.
Thank you
Just-
for asking, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know how these mists work, like, for sure. Like, does that mean he's dead?
I do not know. Only that he has passed. Where we go beyond there.
Well, it's good to know for sure. I mean, to have an answer.
She begins to step down the stairs past you, Neb. She's quite large, and as she brushes past, you can feel this aura of freeze. In fact, I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, first roll of the game, everybody.
First roll of 2024.
First roll of 2024.
What do you do? Con saving throw.
Yeah, an 18.
18. I'll take that. It's cold. You feel like, if I was any less accustomed to being in cold at this point, I'd have had some problems. But you just about sort of relax your muscles and are able to let her pass without there being any effect. She comes down, walks back over to her throne, and sits. She breathes. You notice no mist coming from her mouth. The breath that she breathes is as cold as the air around you. She looks to each of you. She says, "Make your own choices. But this is what I offer. You can follow the tracks, the trails of these scouts to Lelia and make your overtures to Zola. I can send you back to the Vale if you would like to return, give up, go home. Or, with Talron's death, it is possible I could send you to Praxidiki. However, Zola and Floris will also have access, and I cannot guarantee your safety. The choice is yours. Please leave me to my grief."
Silas did not descend the stairs when she started to.
Neb
And
hasn't either.
Silas is just going to float up.
Yes.
Where his head is going into this mist. And
No.
Instantly, Silas, it's like sound goes out. You see her lips moving down there as she's talking to the others through the mist, but you cannot hear what she is saying. As your head is within this other space, it is just.
and Silas is just going to say, "Mr. Shakespeare, William, can I call you Bill?"
As
Or
you speak,
the
there's a weird muffle. Mr. Bill? The bard? It's a little bit muffled, as if you had a scarf across your face. You wait and receive no answer.
I come out just like a little bit, and just enough to where I can see Neb if she's down
Yes.
there, and then I say, "I'm not sure this thing actually works," and then I go back up. And-
Something authorship question, something.
and then I'm going to say, and then
Geek test.
I'm gonna say,
You
Pops, are you there?"
You feel a wind push across your face, freezing cold. It really sends a chill up your spine for a moment, and you feel like you hear a little chuckle, a little familiar laugh.
"Wait, are you there? Can you hear me?"
Again, but now it's as if it's coming from behind, and again something as if it's trying to communicate, but it can't quite, as if it too were muffled.
I am going to reach out with my thoughts
Mm-hmm.
and try to detect any thoughts in the 30 feet around me.
Cool. DM discretion. You absolutely sense a consciousness of some kind. Surface thoughts, again, give you that little familiar chuckle, the one that you heard almost every day growing up.
I'm going
Suddenly, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I'm going to keep going, trying to go deeper now that I've kind of
Suddenly,
figured out that an entity is there.
In his little lilt that you've always heard when you had to ask yourself a serious question and his words came to mind. Well, hey there, sport. Nice to hear from you.
Where are you?
Hard to say, but I'm watching.
Are you in danger or are you at peace?
Oh, little of this, little of that. I'm not in pain.
What should we be doing? We're trapped in this incredibly weird place. Do you know about the veil?
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you found a trail. Got you where you are. You're doing well, kid.
What are we supposed to do next?
Ellie, I wouldn't trust her much longer. She's getting stronger. And she'll no longer need your help. Oh, yes.
Should we just kill her like we did the other one?
Again, this little chuckle. Oh, you always were an impulsive boy. I'd say leave as soon as you can.
I was joking.
He says, perhaps. Different generations.
I guess so. All right. Well, I mean, do you have any clue? Like, are we supposed to set something right here? Are we supposed to? I mean, we just feel lost.
You know what to do.
Oh, thanks. Super vague as always. I hope you're telling me the truth about that peace part. You deserve it.
Love you, kid.
You too, Pops. And then I'm gonna float down, and I don't really notice anything else that's going on. I'm just gonna float out into almost like there's probably not a corner. This is probably pretty circular, but kind of away from everybody, and I'm just kind of floating, looking at a wall for a little while.
Neb had stayed on the ladder going up. Did she hear anything from where she was?
You can hear Silas and what Silas is saying, but you hear none of the responses. It's as if Silas is talking to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone you can't hear.
Silas is, after a time, is just going to speak up, and he's going to say it kind of quiet at first, probably so quiet that no one actually hears it. And then when he realizes that, he says it louder, and then he just says, "Hey, I think we do need to get out of here because I just had a conversation with my dead grandfather. So if anybody else wants to talk to someone that's dead, Sixth Sense style, you might want to go stick your head up in those mists, but then we probably need to get out of here."
Okay.
Well, if it were Sixth Sense style, wouldn't we just already be talking to each other?
I don't know. Don't read into the reference too much, Maeve. Just go talk to somebody. There's got to be somebody dead that you want to talk to.
But what if we don't know if they're dead or not?
Oh, isn't that what we just asked of Ivy?
Yeah, same thing. Just what I'm saying is we need to wrap up our accounts. We need to pay our tab in this place, and we need to skedaddle.
Robin will start climbing the stairs, and I'd like to get a read on Neb as I pass her.
Neb, what does she see?
There's a lot of curiosity and indecision and a tiny bit of fear. And it's a lot of her looking at the mist, looking at you, looking at Silas, looking at Ivy, looking off into the distance, like she can't decide what she wants to do and whether she wants to do it.
I think Robin will put a hand on her shoulder, just squeeze it gently, and then reach into her backpack and kind of rummage for a second, and pulling out a paper doll and tossing it aside.
It scampers off into the snow.
Oh, well, that one's gone forever.
What are they doing on the staircase, Maeve?
And she's gonna pull out a letter, and she's just gonna hand it to Neb and say, I don't know why, but I think you need this. And she's gonna continue up into the mist, and she will go fully in. She won't just stick her head. She just
as you go up real quick, so Neb's gonna like stare at this letter for a second, and then noticing you're going up, she's gonna say, do you want me to leave? Do you want me to stay? Or do you want do you want anything?
Whatever makes you most comfortable. Well, for my sake, don't go too far.
I'll stay right here then.
As you walk up into the mist, and as soon as it, your head is lost, all sound cuts out. As you continue to go up, you feel as if you could climb these stairs continuously. They don't stop past where you can see them. You could keep going, but you too feel this sort of vacuum of sound, dampened, muffled.
I think Robin isn't afraid. I think she kind of hikes up her backpack a little and looks a little proud, and she just, oh, Harold, I'm home, darling.
You wait for a little while. Just a little of wind just sort of pushes back a little hair off of your neck, and little prickly chills. Oh, up there.
I got the lawnmower fixed. I think you'd be quite proud. I knew exactly the part to get. Works like a charm now.
You hear a little, repetitive noise that you remember Harold making when he would thought something humorous.
And she kind of like a thought catches in her throat, and she, what would you like for dinner tonight? I was thinking spaghetti, your favorite.
Almost, again, a breeze, but as if it were a hand just placed upon your cheek gently, lovingly. And again, as if muffled and far away.
I hope you're happy. Please tell me you're happy.
Again, muffled. But a little gentle pressure in the center of your forehead.
Well, don't stay up too late, all right? You know how cranky you can get.
Almost like a little tornado around you, ruffling at your clothes and your hair as it sort of thrills you and seems to rise up, and you can feel it float away. The silence once again around you.
I love you. And she'll turn and walk back down the stairs.
When you come out of the mist, Neb has been standing where you left her the entire time, looking at the letter, but hasn't opened it, hasn't anything. And when you appear, she'll very quickly look up. And did Neb hear any of that conversation? Okay.
No, and in fact, you didn't hear much of Robin's side of it either. She was, she went up there fully. You heard a little bit of something, but it would be like listening to something in the next room.
Okay. She wouldn't try to listen. She wouldn't be like spying or anything, which is I just didn't know how much she would have heard. So?
Whatever you're thinking, I think it's a good thing to try. I don't want you to regret anything when we leave this place, okay?
I'm just worried I want to do it because I'm curious and not that it's actually going to do anything. But
what's wrong with curiosity?
She's going to like glance down where Pivum is and back up at you and very quietly say, I don't know, there's something about piercing that veil that scares me now.
You have been so brave these past couple of weeks. So brave. But you don't have to tackle everything that comes your way if you don't want to. Just don't regret your decision, whichever it may be. There is no wrong or right decision here.
She's going to hold the letter to her chest and then nod and then walk up the stairs into the mist.
Okay. As you step up into the mist, the sound seems to go out. You hold the letter tightly to your chest and wait.
And she stands there for good like 30 seconds, but knowing that the others at least like called out to someone, she'll eventually go, I don't know how this is supposed to work. If I'm just supposed to shout it out, then so I'll do it again. So I'm looking for Dr. Craig Stern.
A moment passes. A little ruffle as it flutters the paper in your hand.
Was that you? She'll reach into her pocket and pull out the rock that he gave her and hold it out and say, I still have it. It's still with me.
You do feel almost again like a tornado of just whirling wind around your hand.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to be asking you anything or here or what I'm supposed to be doing. And I didn't even know that I really wanted to talk to you again until I knew it was possible. And now I don't know if this is too much. Are you okay?
You feel a gentle, cold, breezy, but pressure, as if a hand has just been placed upon your shoulder, but it sort of drops through. A gesture you are familiar with.
I do miss you. I don't know if any of this was on purpose, if you knew if any of this was going to happen, and if you didn't, that's okay, and if you did, thank you. And she'll walk back downstairs.
Okay.
And if Robin is still there, she'll just kind of give you a small nod and keep walking as she wipes tears. Still holding the letter, but not having opened it yet.
I'll walk down with her.
Okay. You join the others down on the ice as Ivy has sort of settled into her throne again, awaiting your decision.
Is there time for me to try as well?
Oh, of course.
I'd like to go up and I'm going to just say, Alfie. Alfie, are you there?
You don't seem to feel anything.
And I'm going to turn and walk back down.
Okay.
Okay. So Fairuza is just watching everyone. She's not really. She's sort of like, do I want to do
The
this?
Scully.
Yeah, like, do I want this confirmed or not confirmed? But she sees one by one, her friends are doing it, and she's sort of, all right, you guys survived. And she, one step at a time, heads up into the mist. And she just, at first, she's just sort of standing there like, all right, what is this? All right. Miss Priscilla, are you here? I don't know what I'm doing here, but just in case you are here, I wanted to ask. Oh, you're not here. Oh my God.
Suddenly, a huge gust of wind blows all of your hair back, and you hear clearly, "Why, little Ruza, look how you've grown."
Miss Priscilla, is that you? Is that you?
Well, who else would
me.
it be? You asked for me. I'm here. What do you want to know?
I haven't heard your voice in so long, and I think I actually miss you, like pinching me in the side to get out of the way when I trip you running down the stairs. How are you? You don't know
Fit
how
as
long
a
I've
fiddle,
wanted to hear.
kid. What's going on?
I haven't heard your voice in so long. I live in New York now. I'm a big lawyer.
City girl, huh?
Yeah.
Very impressive. We always knew you'd be up to good things.
Yeah, I was doing fine. I didn't know where you retired to. I was trying to find you for a little while, and trust me, I used all the resources that I could get my hands on, but I couldn't find you. And then one day, I come home from work, and there's a letter or a gold envelope with your address on it, and I open it. And that's why I'm standing here right now. It was a ticket. I don't know why I'm here. And I'm assuming that this is real, that I'm really talking to you and you're not just some figment of my imagination or some evil trick that the Ice Queen is playing on us. I'm actually talking to you. I'm assuming that there's a reason why you wanted me here.
Oh, sweet girl. You are exactly where you choose to be. You are on the path that is right for you because it is yours.
This is where I'm supposed to be right now.
If it's where you... If this is where your story has taken you, then yes. I believe in you.
You do.
I know.
You always did. You were the only one that ever did.
You are so much stronger than you ever knew. Look, you've grown into this strong, intelligent woman who is saving worlds. Both back in our world, you saved individuals. Here you are saving whole realms. It is part of who you are.
When you put it that way. Before you hang up or go away or whatever, are you okay? Are you okay? I mean, I got some weird visions and I don't even know what to think or say. Are you okay? Do you remember when I was younger, when I used to call you Moose Priscilla instead of Miss Priscilla? And for a second, Fairuza just stops herself.
Oh, I'm glad you're putting it together. I'm always by your side.
Oh. I'm going to make you proud.
Already have. And with that, Another enormous gust of wind, and she is gone.
I didn't want to interject in the moment there, but did I hear you right that we all heard that one?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. I was
Only
so
but
confused
in
for
a
a second.
sorry,
Okay.
but it was not muffled for Fairuza. Fairuza heard a clear voice.
Fairuza's just sort of stumbling back down the stairs, and she like almost falls, but she like catches herself. No Constitution saving throw. Sort of catch herself. Did you guys talk to someone in up there?
Yeah,
In
I
a
did.
way, yeah.
Maeve, you have one of your cryptic looks on your face.
No, no one was there.
Like no one, like you didn't try like, random people like William Shakespeare.
Who's trying William Shakespeare, Silas? Come
I
on.
did. Why on earth would you not talk to William Shakespeare if you had the opportunity?
I
Yes,
mean,
I-
yeah, there were just other people in line who were first in line. That's all. But yeah, that would be really
Yeah,
neat.
I
actually.
definitely tried to talk to other people before Shakespeare. Definitely tried to talk to other people before him, but I mean, while I was up there, I tried to talk to him. But he wasn't there, which means that he's still alive. So that's something to
that's
figure
true,
out when we
man.
get back to
Just
Earth.
like Elvis.
So
Shit.
so that's how that works. Is if they don't answer, it's not that they just decided not to answer. It's that
Oh,
they're
I
They're
don't
not
know
there.
what the rules
Ivy
are.
looks up at that and shakes her head, and she says, "Oh, they play by their own whims. Sometimes they answer, sometimes they don't."
So you're just saying that William Shakespeare ignored me?
William, you really did.
She goes,
ask-
I vaguely remember this person you speak of.
Of course you would. Yeah. Julian probably read you sonnets. So
Julian wrote sonnets for me.
yeah,
is
I've
this
heard
the
he was a
kind of thing
writer.
in where the better you know them, the more likely they are to answer?
She says it seems to me more an element of timing, of how far through the veil they have journeyed.
So the farther the farther they've gone, the less likely, the more likely.
Pivim, sort of comes forward and goes, "Wow, remember the tales of the veil. If you can get here on your own by walking through a door, or you can die and be in the veil. But those who are resolved pass on. It's only a few that decide to stay there in the veil. So perhaps she's saying those who have moved on to where we don't know, those consciousnesses, that's different than the ones that are still in the veil."
As Crash is giving this explanation and all this discussion is going on, Silas is one by one, everyone except Crash at this point in time, because I don't want to, overwhelm him at this point. But everyone else, Silas is individually messaging mentally. They are the only ones that can hear the whisper that he's doing.
Gotcha.
And
Oh,
he
yeah.
is, and he says, I spoke to someone. I'm very certain that I was having a conversation because I reached out with my psychic powers and touched the individual, and it was my pops. And he said that we need to GTFO this place, get out of Dodge, because the longer we stay here, the more into her full power she's becoming, and the less safe we are. And so, and Silas is going around and telling that message to everyone individually as that discussion's going.
Are we pissing her? Are we overstaying our welcome or something?
Oh yeah, you can reply to me, and only
Okay,
I hear you.
so- In your
So
head, you
loud.
hear Fairuza.
Yeah. So as you reply that, Fairuza, I'm gonna reply again and say, I don't know if it's pissing her off or not, but like she's asked us several times now to leave, and with an external party telling us that we should leave, I think that we should probably call this one a day and get somewhere else before we overstay the welcome.
I'm
Well,
ready.
Neb's not going to respond directly to Silas, but after the messaging has gone around, she'll say, well, we promised we'd get Pivum home, and as long as Zola thinks that we're a threat to her, and the longer the Pivum is with us, we're a threat to him. So I think getting him home and away from us as soon as possible is probably a good thing.
Right.
And Ivy, before we go, I just want to remind you yet again that we have been nothing but friends to you, and we leave you in peace. And I hope that that counts for something, whatever happens next.
It is well. I thank you. You have done more than you know to restore Tyver and to its former glory. My people are returning from all corners. Many have perished in my absence. If I had been allowed to return instead of stalked endlessly by Tolran, I could have prevented it. But you have helped. Florus and Zola continue this war, not I. Until they are stopped, there will be no peace. If the old stories are true, then you are the only ones who can do this.
One more quick
I
question
urge you.
here, Ivy.
Go. Prevent them from perpetuating this violence in any way you
We've
can.
heard that if these realms don't have rulers, this is like, an equally as bad problem. So if we stop these rulers, what are we supposed to do about that? Like, I don't think that we can put like a, cardboard stand up on thrones and that work.
We can find replacements for the rulers, or perhaps those of us that are left will incorporate their worlds into ours.
Oh, I don't know about that. Can we have like a democratic election or something in these realms and see who should be on the throne?
Perhaps the realms will solve that problem on their own.
Right, fair enough.
Well, hopefully when we come back, all your people will be okay, because I really wanted to talk to a bunch of them, but I guess I'll have to wait.
Yes.
Right then. So, which way to the door?
Yeah, well, and besides following the tracks, do you have any advice? Like, do portals usually appear in a certain place? Is there a certain place we shouldn't go? Like, do you have a map?
It would be a door created by a scribe. Julian perhaps here looking for me, trying to help my people before he... They're very difficult to find. If Zola knows where it is and she sent her scouts through it, then following their tracks is your best chance.
All right. Let's go before we lose the tracks.
The spider tracks?
I think
All right.
so.
Okay.
As we're starting to head out,
Yes.
Neb wants to stop over by one of these spider rock creatures.
Yes.
And she wants to take a second and examine one.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get an idea of specific things to look for with these tracks, see if they have any kind of smell, see if they kind of, just getting an idea of this creature.
Start with an investigation.
Sure. Investigation. That's a 21.
May I? Oh, I was gonna say, may I help with that, because I had looked at the tracks.
Sure. What's your
before.
int modifier?
My int is plus 1.
Right, so we're
22.
22. So,
Thank you.
as you both are looking and kind of comparing notes, the main thing you notice is that these tracks are going to be very, very unique. They are long, needle-like, claw, needle-like, spindly legs, 5 of them, and that while on the ice floor of this palace area, they only made tiny little divots. In snow, they're going to go straight through. So these are probably going to be fairly deep divots. And then this pattern specifically of walking in 5s is going to be very unique to most other bipedal or quadrupedal creatures that you are used to. In terms of there's no smell. And as you look at it now, other than these sharp claws, everything looks almost exactly like a rock. And now it's already starting to freeze over. The moss that was on top is sort of starting to fall and dwindle away. The mushroom capped looking things are starting to die. But really it looks like a pile of organic material other than these sharp spires. You would assume they were from different creatures.
I think that the moss and the rock, the lichen and the mushrooms are a ghillie suit kind of thing where they've been grabbing them and attaching them, or is that part of their body?
Investigation check.
Sure.
We'll do another one.
That's actually kind of cool if you think about an idea. Ooh.
That's a natural 20 for 26.
Woo! You think that, yes, this is probably something that they grabbed, but that it's symbiotic, that very quickly, and because these are deep rooted into these rocks and the soil and the little home that they've created, that this creature cannot live without these organisms, and these organisms could not live without this creature at this point. So yes, they probably didn't grow the mushrooms, but it is absolutely relying on it for its internal functioning.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah,
like the bacteria in our gut.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So removing them would be a bad thing for them. Okay.
That is a conclusion you could come to, natural 20.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think for a moment Neb would be thinking about grabbing some of the moss and the mushrooms and everything, but we'll stop and say, all right, well, when we see stuff like this, not just rocks, we'll know we're getting close. These live together, they're symbiotic. But yeah, I guess it's just the tracks.
Fairuza didn't see Neb do that, and she didn't roll for anything, so she's gonna take a souvenir and put it in her messenger bag, and she's gonna say to herself, "A little souvenir," and she's gonna put it in her messenger bag. That's it.
All right. The door, you use the way you came in. It's the only way out. The sort of magical web that had been placed across it. Ivy, will sort of run her fingers through to show you that has been dispelled since these creatures died and over the time. So it is clear for you to pass through. As you begin to make your way down the long hallway towards that opening out to the open air, you can see it has been snowing, light, fluffy little flakes. It is not super heavy, but you can see already that some of these little divots and paths are beginning to be filled in. However, right outside, you can immediately see chunk, 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 deep wells where the
Uh-oh. Just pause for anybody else.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Are you back?
Yeah.
Am I back?
You're back.
Hey,
back. Okay. You see the tracks.
Pause.
When you started doing that, I thought you meant it was an actual spider, not the tracks of the spider. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Not again.
No, here we go. Well, this looks like deep snow.
Silas, as we're going, is just gonna, talk.
Fly.
He's definitely flying, but he's talking also. And he just says, she acted like, these rulers can just kind of like be replaced or something. Kind of slid in a little consolidation of her power thing in there. But then also, if Julian actually is dead, I know she didn't want to talk about that. And hey, congratulate me. I actually held back a question because I was about to ask her if Julian's dead. Like, who's the next scribe? Like, is it like Avatar, where when one dies, the other one's born immediately? Like, how does that work? But I think that we need to be thinking about that too, because if we get to wherever this place is, if we follow stone spiders, then we might be stuck there because we might not have a scribe or anybody that can get us to another place. I mean, I don't have a solution for that. I'm just kind of bringing it up where it can be on everybody's minds where we can all worry about it together.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I was only half listening to that. The scribe, a scribe had to have made this portal that we're going to, right? They're the only ones that can make portals.
They're the only ones, we've been told they're the only ones that can make portals anywhere, that the rulers
We've
can
been
do
told.
portal to their
to
plane.
their own plane. Currently, they can potentially also do it to Praxidiki because that is
Oh.
rulerless at the moment. The scribe is the only one who can make a door anywhere. And then, of course, there is extraordinary magic that can create a temporary door, which is what happened to all of you. But you, at least Ivy is saying it is likely it's a door, a door that got left behind that Zola has found, or at least her scouts had found.
Okay.
Well, either
All right,
way,
we
if
keep
it's
marching to the door,
Mm-hmm.
following the tracks.
All right.
Pivum, when we get there, how likely is it going to be that you're going to recognize where we end up when we go through?
He sort of, looks up towards you and goes,
Oh, I remember Lelia. Well, I remember the Vale. I remember being there a long time. I just, sorry, folks. You're all new to me.
No, that's okay.
Strangers.
But that's good to know. I was afraid. Hopefully, wherever we are, you'll recognize, and then you'll be able to get home. Because I wasn't. It sucks that you can't remember us, but at this point, it's way more important that we get you home and away from us, so that you don't get mixed up in Zola's preemptive strikes. So if we go
Let me
through and
crash. Do you not remember when you said that I was your favorite out of everybody? Do you not remember that even?
That's because it didn't happen.
Exactly. I was going to say, but
Oh, you are. That's a dirty trick. Because,
That'd be-
It's not that we can't
We love you,
all be your
Silas.
favorite.
If
love
everybody's
you,
your favorite, then no.
But don't try and implant the memory of something that didn't happen here.
Yes.
We're trying
Sorry,
to
man.
get Pivum here to remember the actual memories, and trying to come up with new things that didn't happen might be confusing.
I've seen Memento.
I'm not saying
This is
it
what
won't
happens.
happen in the future. It might
He's got-
happen in the future.
you see a little flicker, and he kind of goes,
Guy time?
Yes. See, y'all don't know, and Silas looks individually at everyone else.
Me?
I don't know what happened in Guy Time.
and he goes,
You know what I miss? I miss a good hot home cooked meal.
and he starts to walk off, sort of following these tracks. And in fact, he's going to make the survival check to follow these tracks. Oh,
Is
he
there any way-
he just-
I was going to
Just
say, is there any way
handsomely.
that I can help? But
Sure, you want to add your what is it? Wisdom bonus?
yeah, that'd be a +4. Figuring I'm helping by like all the looking
Yeah.
at the creature that I had been doing and helping find the tracks instead of just whoopsie, this is a hole.
Yeah, he does handsomely. There's a couple of places where he maybe, starts to veer off a little bit because he sees a hole. And you're like, oh no, I think this one with the conical shape, that's more like this one has a rounded out bottom. So the two of you kind of working together.
Oh, yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Okay.
And you're
Yeah,
kind of
that way, that
following
way.
it along. The longer you walk, the shallower these get. So thank goodness they were deep holes, because you are already starting to get nervous about how far this is. So I would like everyone who is sort of looking out here to make a perception check, please. Okay. Including you.
19.
25.
I'm also a 19.
Okay.
16.
Silas?
10.
10. Neb and Pivum, as you two are
Us
at the head,
people who can turn into animals, we see everything.
you're looking around, you're following these tracks. Something about the track seems to like almost do a U-turn. And as you turn to kind of try to figure that out, there's just a little flash of green. And as you turn it, it's almost like it disappears again. And Pivum sort of has the same experience and looks up to you and goes,
Did you see that?
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah.
It was like right there.
and he sort of stops, he goes, he breathes in, and Neb, as you sort of, notice that and take a whiff, you also smell vegetation. And this is wide open tundra, just cold, featureless snow, and you can smell wet earth. As he gets very excited and starts to just kind of, again, do this little weavy bob that he's come prone to, and he goes, tugs at your pant leg, Neb, and sort of goes, do this, do this, do this. And as you bob, almost as if, you do this thing and you can see it moves a little bit with one eye, what it is. As you bob a little, there's just this little like sliver of green, and then it's gone, green, and then it's gone. And if you just sort of, it's about an inch. But if you can find exactly where it is, you can hold it. And you see, almost as if you were looking down a plane of glass, a little passage into greenery.
Yeah, that's it. That's got to be it, right? I mean, there's nothing else that's going to look like that, right?
Pivum, again, keeping his head angled perfectly, takes a step forward, reaches out a hand, and slides through. To all but Neb, it is as if he stepped into thin air and disappeared.
Great
Okay.
spot.
Come
Wait,
here.
what?
Come here.
You
Come here.
found it?
This is heavy.
I'm going to motion specifically to Robin, since she's probably the closest to my height,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, okay, stand right here.
Okay.
And okay, you see how in the distance there's that little bit of a rock with a divot, and then there's a cloud right over, kind of look in that direction, and then just weave back and forth and back and forth, and I'll stand behind her, and
Yep.
As
you begin to show Robin, yeah, it's like, it's really hard. But the more you kind of focus on it and sit with it, you can just catch it. And as you do, little Pivum's head, hey, you guys, it's home. And he ducks back in.
Are we supposed to go through there?
I can't fit in there.
Silas is just going to fly at it.
I mean, Fairuza, those giant ice spider things came through here, so I'm sure you can.
So Silas, you
this
go,
is where
you
we're
do
supposed
the
to
little
go?
weaving until you can catch it.
Okay.
For each of you, it may take a couple of tries. You may go forward too fast and miss it, and have to go kind of come back around and find it. But Neb,
And
through your
Silas is
coaxing-
basically
yeah.
just going like, WASD, and he's like,
Yes.
everything, trying to like,
It's about that. There's you could just be one click off and it's gone. But you find just exactly the right spot. And if you hold it and really slowly move forward, it is as if you are sucked through a keyhole. And suddenly you are standing in a dense, dark jungle in the middle of the night. Pivum stands next to you.
This is
Home. Welcome to Lelia.
And he begins to scamper forward into the green. You are all there by now.
Well,
You found your sneaky way through, however long it took.
You'll watch as Neb, who's been holding on to the letter that Robin gave her this whole time, finally stuffs it in her jacket pocket and goes, Pivum, okay, hold on a second. Do you know exactly where we are? You wouldn't happen to recognize this jungle, would you?
He doubles back like a golden retriever, runs forward and then runs back. He goes,
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're on the far side of the Bald Mountain. I think if we go around through this way, yeah, we'll find home. Here, come on.
and he darts
is that
off
like
again.
bald like balls, like basketball, or bald like
I
nothing on
thought
top
bald
of it?
head.
He's already too far away to answer the question. He's disappeared. He is so small. He just scoots underneath that lowest underbrush. For all of you, you can't even see below your knees for the density of the undergrowth here. And as you look up, the canopy shuts out. If there were stars or a moon, it is practically pitch dark. Even as your eyes adjust, things are sort of gray scale. All you see is just a little bit of maybe color on the leaves closest to you.
Robin
I want to
will.
clarify that real quick that Silas is never putting his feet
You got it.
under that lower layer. Under
You
any
got it.
Fear?
circumstance
Is that a
he doing it.
fear? Underbrush?
You got it.
Australians do not. do
Robin
that.
quickly whips out her 4 dancing lights and kind of makes a halo around us or a little bit in front of us so we can see where we're going.
As these
perfect.
lights surround you and you take in this, again, dense jungle, now noises begin to come back. This initial sort of scrambling of you all, coming through and Pivum's excitement had sort of deadened the sound. Now, just sound everywhere. You even catch now in these lights some little movement off just at the edges of the light, as if something darted away. The eye shine of creatures just out of your vision, watching.
Pivum, don't go too far. Where are you? Fru's just gonna literally bend over and just start feeling in the brush.
As you reach
Pivum.
down, you immediately feel the ground is alive. There are insects and bugs climbing all over every inch, eating all of the dead vegetation down on the ground. A centipede crawls up over one of your hands as you sort of shake it off. Does no harm, but the ground is alive beneath your feet.
This is home.
A carpet of life.
As
Pivum runs back in. He parts the underbrush above his head and goes,
What are you waiting for?
Oh, can we pick him up and put him on my shoulder?
Hey, Pivum, are there
Get out of
like,
there.
alligators?
He wriggles like a
in this
toddler and
swamp?
puts his arms up so he slithers through. Sorry, go ahead, Silas.
No, are there like alligators or crocodiles? You know what those are? Like chompers?
Oh,
Are there any of
chompers.
those?
Yeah.
Get looks very excited about chompers.
Oh, yeah, big guys, big teeth, big nose. Yeah.
should
So
we be?
they are here?
Oh, lots of chompers. Yeah.
Like death
Yeah.
rollers? Like those kind of things?
Death
Like
rollers?
chomp on you and then like roll and drown
Oh,
you?
yeah. We got things that'll chomp you, things that'll tear you, things that'll push you, things that'll run you over.
I
Really
sidle
is
up to.
Australia.
It really is a great place.
It's definitely Australia. I sidle up to where
Bears that
Silas is
drop out of the
hovering.
trees.
Oh, yeah. Oh, danger above, danger below, danger behind you, danger in front. You got to be hardy stock to survive Lorelia.
He's so excited as he says it.
Listen,
Are
after
all
what
your
we've
people
gone
really
through,
tiny? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
listen, after what we've gone through, I think we can handle it. What was that, Fairuza?
I was gonna say, are all your people really tiny, Pivum, or?
He goes, oh, yeah. I'm a strapping lad, the tallest in my family, if I do say.
He
So
puts his little hands on his hips.
how, when you say home, you're talking about your specific like
Yeah,
town
yeah.
you came from. Okay.
Yeah, the Warren. We got to go to the Warren.
How far? Well, maybe. How far away is the warden?
Oh, from here? Oh, well, no, less than a day. We can make it. We just got to run. Come on, let's run.
Where's Zola?
Excuse me, I am 80 years old. I am not running anywhere.
Not in rubber boots. Which is to say, suddenly now in your winter clothes, you are sweating. The heat, humid, oppressive air, it feels heavy. It's almost as if being underwater again, as yes, everything begins to kind of drip and get heavy on your bodies.
Okay, so the reason that I'm hesitating here, as much as I would love to run all the way
Run,
to
run.
the Warren, there's two things.
What?
One, if we go with you, the longer that we're with you, I think we're putting you in danger. And two, and Ned wants to look down and see, can we see the tracks of the spider creatures?
Ooh, yes. Survival check, please.
I would love for you to roll that, actually,
You got
if
it.
you would not mind. +4, please.
+4.
While that's going on, Silas is changing his cowl thing into just a little lightweight cape. And then he's like taking his t-shirt off already and is in his backpack, and he pulls out like a basketball jersey.
Yes.
That the old style Chicago, like cursive Chicago 23.
And do you
it's gonna be a
unzip
lot
the
cooler.
lower half of your cargo pants?
Yeah, he definitely that's literally where I was going there.
Oh, great.
Of course.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
and
steal it
yeah,
from you.
but unzips the bottom of the cargo pants, and he is in shorts and sleeveless jersey, and still a cape, but definitely not
Yes.
as exaggerated and
Cape
not
left.
taking up his not over his head.
So yes, so with your as Silas redresses, changes up his look, and the rest of you may also choose to remove furs or jackets or parkas, whatever you've got going on. In fact, we'll let you, see if you have a new look in a moment here. But Neb, you sort of look down and say, part of the problem here is this dense undergrowth, right? So you're going to have to part all of the fronds in order to just see the ground. And then when you find the ground, it is covered in bugs. So as you begin to look around, you think you find something that looks like one of these conical ditches, but it's not, this is a firmer ground than the snow. So it's not very deep and it's filled with bugs. And it took you 5 minutes of like moving aside leaves to find this in general. So it's going to be very difficult to find tracks in this particular earth.
Neb just basically wants to find maybe enough tracks to confirm a direction, because she's
Okay.
afraid that the spider creatures are going in the direction of the warren and that we're already too late.
Let's say 10 minutes, and I can give you an answer on that. If everyone wants to take 10 minutes to sort of adjust their look, we'll go with that.
Yeah, Neb basically
Okay.
just takes off her
Yeah.
her big jacket, takes off her sweatshirt, stuffs it in her bag, and now she's just in jeans and a t-shirt, and will just, without care about the dirt and the bugs and the leaves and the everything, will swim through the underbrush looking for tracks.
Your t-shirt, is it like a graphic tee? Does it have a band on it? Does it have like design of any kind?
Like a true geek, she has a t-shirt that is the exact same design as the sweatshirt she was wearing, the black t-shirt with the pulsar star map on it. So she came, that was the one stylish thing she did, was to coordinate her shirt and her sweatshirt.
Matching shirt and sweatshirt. I like it.
Yeah.
2-piece set. Robin, how do you adjust yourself for this new humidity?
Takes off the mittens and the parka. No, she had a shawl, the knitted. She'll take that off for now and put it in her bag. So basically, you still got your yellow rain boots, and she's in her overalls, which now have a couple extra patches on them.
Terrain overalls.
her white shirt, and she still has her sun hat, which now has a couple extra flowers in it. You might notice.
They love this environment. They're just soaking up the humidity. Yeah.
Yes.
Maeve, how about you?
So Maeve takes off, she had this maroon scarf. She takes that off and sort of wraps it around her waist, and takes her jacket and kind of folds it up and almost reforms it into like a belt, sort of a wide, almost corsety belt. Because that way it's giving some support still, and you can tuck stuff into it. It's convenient, but it's no longer so warm. And her sleeves, she rolls her sleeves up, and you can see her vine tattoo down her left wrist, wrapping around her hand. And she's wearing a white shirt, but throughout the adventuring that we've done, it sort of has gotten sort of slashed. You can sort of see there, which are now convenient air vents. Lovely and cool. But previously those were pretty chilly. And those are, I think, the main things that adjust.
Fantastic. And Fairuza.
Fairuza just watching everybody as usual. No, just kidding. She's gonna take off her jacket, fold it neatly with a little ball, and open her messenger bag. And in her messenger bag, she sees her souvenir from the ice castle, and she also sees like her shield, which looks totally neutral at the moment. And she's like, okay.
Yes.
And she's gonna stuff the jacket in there. And underneath, so basically she's Lara Crofting it. So she has that's her khaki cargo pants on. But she leans down and she rips the fur off her boots. And she's like, I'm not going to think how much that costs. Not going to think of how much that costs. It's too hot. And then she's wearing like a black like tank top with a burgundy H on it. She has to.
You just have to make sure that no matter where you are, they know where you went to school.
They know. Oh, they must know. Um,
I love how both Neb and Fairuza are just like branding. Always be branding.
always be branding. ABB. Just as you're finishing up, and Neb, you've been searching through the underbrush, kind of pushing bugs aside and uprooting some
Sorry,
fronds.
sorry,
and looking...
excuse me, sorry, excuse me.
That's right. You have intimate connection to bugs. You do finally find a set of 5 that begin to kind of point in a direction. It is not the same direction as the Warren. It seems to be going off kind of, again, like if you're on this one side of the mountain, you can sort of see the rise within the light that Robin is providing. You know, Pivum seems to be running off this way, and you think these spikes are kind of coming from the opposite direction. Just as you kind of are about to step up and offer this information to everyone, you hear something in the distance. And then Pivum's little red hat sticking up the top runs through that underbrush. He comes up, get down. And as he does, it gets louder and louder. And suddenly, a mosquito the size of a bird flies past your face as you suddenly turn around and see 4 more coming out of the darkness towards these lights and beginning to swarm around you. We are now in initiative. Please roll.
We knew she cometh.
Adam's done.
Sweet.
Ooh, 20.
All right, Fairuza. Was that a 20, did you say?
Yes, it did. Dirty,
Fairuza,
but 20.
It's dirty, but it's a 20. Silas.
12.
A 12 for Silas. For Maeve.
26.
Woo! I don't even have that on my paper. All right, Maeve. And for Neb.
5.
5 for Neb and for Robin.
Nat 20 for a 25.
Hey.
All right. Maeve, you are the first one up. As these things begin to swarm around you, dozens, and then another dozen, and it's almost as if now the air is thick with them, and they are all, I mean, the size of hummingbirds. These are, quite large for mosquitoes, for bugs. What would you like to do?
I would like to. So I have a bit of experience in sort of terrain like this because on the army bases growing up, whenever we would sort of get bored, we could go and run the different courses. So I think I did a lot of the netting courses, the obstacle courses when I was little. So I would like to go ahead and hide myself in and amongst the different vines and things that are dropping down, and get myself ready to fight as soon as something comes near me.
You can give me a stealth check, please, for your hide.
Okay. Come on, math.
Come on, math.
27.
27, yes. So yes, you almost just kind of like shrink into the darkness within the vines and even get down low inside, under the underbrush, so that really only a piece of your face and an arm that now twists around a vine and seems to kind of blend in with it. The bugs begin to climb over your feet and legs, but you don't move an inch, basically disappearing into this environment. Up next is Robin.
Okay. Robin,
Fireball.
Yeah. Robin was like, she just goes, I was once a meteorologist, but I've never seen a storm like this.
Oh my God.
And she's going to cast Firebolt at one of them.
Okay, go for it.
So, I'm gonna up this to first. Spells damage when you reach 5th. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, and that is gonna be plus 6. 25 to hit.
25 will hit. Give me your damage.
That'll be 4 points of fire damage. That's 2d10. Come on. And I think Robin will just focus on keeping the lights so people can see.
Okay, fantastic. So this, you shoot a firebolt at it, hits one of them, and it just kind of like spins a little bit and falls to the ground. Those of you see it, it kind of goes through the underbrush, but it's sort of twitching, and one wing is kind of not working as it turns itself. Fairuza, you
Is
are
it
up next.
dead or is it?
It is not. I
alive?
mean, it's dying. It is not
Okay.
an issue for you. Go ahead, Fairuza.
All right, Fru's just gonna scream out, "Bloodsuckers!" and she's like raging. And then as she says that, she throws her hands up, and there's literally like electricity. Like it looks almost like she's holding a bolt in each hand, and she's like, "Come at me!" And she's gonna throw them both at the same time. So it's 2 attacks.
All right.
One is a 16 and one's a 14.
The 16 will hit, and the 14 will hit.
Ooh. Okay, let's see what we got. What the hell? 8 plus. Hold on. Oh no! I rolled the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Never
try
ignore
again.
that. I rolled the wrong one. Oh no, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, keep it. The first one is a 10
Okay.
damage. The second one is 9.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, you hit 2 out of the air like a bug zapper, and they just sort of drop to the ground. A little bit of smoke rising up through the underbrush, sizzling. Anything else, Fairuza?
She's just gonna take out her axe because there's something she wants to do. If I happen to get a free action at some point in this, just kidding.
Oh yeah, free actions. We just passed those out.
She's just gonna start like hacking away at the underbrush a little bit. For reasons.
Okay.
For reasons.
Okay, I'll offer that. Just as a sort of non-action action. Gotcha. You're just sort of hacking away a little bit at the underbrush. I can allow for that. This swarm is all around you. You can barely hear yourself think or anyone else around you talk as they fling in front. You can feel the flapping of their wings, and they begin to land on you. Oh boy. How many of these? Oh, nice. Okay, great. We're gonna start with Fairuza. I have that is a 16 to hit. No, fantastic. Then it's gonna land on Robin. Ooh, that's a really nice big number. That is gonna be a 23.
Yep.
Are any of these
Fantastic.
coming down right in front of me?
I
Since
mean,
I'm
you
ready
all are
to
within
attack
probably,
as-
like, I'm imagining like a 10, 15 foot radius kind of little clump. So yeah, I mean, you want to use your reaction?
Yeah, I'd like to use the action that I was readying. And
Okay, great. Go ahead.
and take my attack on it.
Go for it.
So I would like to use my to keep it from doing anything anything shady. And so I should have. Yes. Sorry, brains,
No worries.
words.
I know. We're right, but wait, get back into the. Who are these people? What
So
do they
it
do
is
again?
a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay, and then it's going to be plus 8 plus 2d6. Four. Okay, so 6. Ugh, terrible rolls. 16 points
will
of
hit.
damage, and
Oh,
it
16
is
points of
wreathed.
damage.
Yeah, points of damage, and
Yep.
it is wreathed in that that potential energy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You're noticing that it's breathing probably just about a fourth of this cloud of creatures, right? You can't actually get all of them in this one energy section. However, you do notice that the swarm that was kind of starting to land upon Robin, you with this attack, you hit a couple more of them out of the air and slightly less land on Robin. However, the several that do find the now exposed skin that you all have revealed in the humidity and sink their little proboscis into Robin's flesh. That is going to be 7 piercing damage, and it attaches. You can see its little, proboscis is in there, and it goes as it starts to pull blood from your neck, Robin. All right, another swarm is here. It is going to alight upon Maeve. That is going to be a 15.
15 will miss.
Miss.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It meets. Never mind.
It will hit?
It hits.
Okay, it will hit. All right, the other, some more are going to try to land on Silas. Oh, go ahead.
No, my shield pops out.
Your shield pops out. All right, you stop it. However, Silas, I have a natural 20 on you. So, Silas, even though you are flying, ooh, interesting. This cloud goes way up into the air. It just surrounds you from every side. You are going to take, oh dear. Whew. 22 points of piercing damage, and at least 10 of these attach themselves to you. As again, each little bit, your legs now, your bare arms, your face where the cowl was removed are now covered with these creatures. It is now Swarm C. It is going to go after Neb first of all. Neb, that is a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and the other one is going to go, let's see, who do we think is near you? Pivum, of course. Pivum is also going to get hit. Okay. So, Neb, you are going to take...
Proboscis damage.
14 piercing damage. Pivum is going to take 16 piercing damage. And these creatures attach to your bodies. Silas, you are up.
I am going to I'm going to fly to a place where I'm not going to hit any allies, but still get a whole lot of these things.
You fly up. The ones that are attached to your body stay attached as you pull them with you into the air as you get out of range of your friends. Not for long. Okay.
You see my eye light up in a star shape, sunburst, and then a pulse of telekinetic energy I'm letting out 30 feet around me. They need to make a Constitution saving.
Constitution saving throw. 19.
I'm going to say, oh no, hell no, you're not staying attached to me. Silvery barbs, re-roll it.
Reroll, you got it. 16.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Finally, I'm rolling well.
All right, so that's going to do 14 points of damage, half damage.
7. Okay. And this is
bonus
on
action.
this one.
I'm healing myself.
Okay. You start to heal yourself as you do. They just take bigger gulps of blood as you create more blood within your system. They even sort of seem to vibrate a little bit with excitement. Ooh, magic blood. They're there. Anything else, Silas?
That's it.
All right. Pivum's turn. This is always hard because you can't figure out what to do while you are there. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. All right, Pivum goes,
I said, everybody, get down.
and he's gonna, he's sort of, covered in these mosquitoes. He sort of jolts his fingers down, and as you have seen before, Neb, a huge chunk of ground, of dirt, rises up into the air. It's still got the bugs falling off the side of it and inside of it. It's just this 5-foot cube chunk. He lifts it up, places it in a mound, and jumps down into this hole that he has created underneath the foliage here, and he sort of hunkers down in this little space beneath the down in the earth. What else can he do at this little moment? That's good there. And then he is going to take his turn to just start smacking things on his body. He's able to detach most of them from him. That is going to be Pivum's turn. Up next, Neb.
How many of these swarms are within 10 feet of me?
I mean, all of them.
Okay, excellent. Neb is going to, she's swatting them away, and then I'm not even going to try to talk to you bloodsuckers. And she's going to reach out and grab one and squeeze it in her hand. And as a little bit of the blood comes out, there's a little bit of a explosion. I need every all of them, not any of my friends, to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay, here we go. Come on, you know how tough bugs are.
Really?
That's a 10, 5,
That's a fail. That's a fail.
A 15, and a 19.
Okay, first two failed. The second two succeed. I rolled like crap. Okay, the ones that fail take 2 necrotic damage.
Okay.
The ones that succeeded take 1. Because I literally rolled on 2d6, a 1 and a 1. But the one that she's holding onto, that little bit of its blood just gets like sucked back into her hand as she's gonna let it heal her of some of the
You're gonna suck its blood.
I'm gonna suck its blood. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Why
How do you?
not?
Why not?
And then she's gonna follow Pivum's advice and jump into the hole.
Jump into the hole.
Yeah. Doing the same thing. Like, so what? They just don't like the dirt? Or just getting under the, what's going on?
You jump down and you notice that it's quite a bit darker down here. The shadow cast from the light above, these, the dancing lights that are created. You have a little bit of sort of shelter from that. They do still find you, but the swarm seems to want to be up in that area. And all right. Anything else, Neb?
Yeah, I get 8 health back from that.
Great.
And she'll yell up to everybody and go, come on, let's all, get down and dirty, I guess.
Another swarm up there. This one is going to target Maeve with an 18. Misses.
Because I have that shield up.
Robin.
Nice.
With a 17.
Robin's like, no, follow the lights, and like moving the lights around and silvery barbs.
Okay, silvery barbs. That's a 19.
That hits, yeah.
It hits. All right. You try as hard as you can.
Nice.
14 piercing damage as more of them attach to your body. All right, we are back up to Maeve. What would you like to do, Maeve?
I would like to go ahead and take some swings at the ones nearest, I guess, to me.
All right.
Again. Let's see. There were. I lied. I'm gonna point at the ones that are attacking Miss Robin and say no.
Okay.
And as if it were a giant fly swatter with the force of everything rushing toward it. So that was a 19 on the first one and a dirty 20 on the second.
Okay. Those will both hit.
Great. 14 points of bludgeoning on the first and 11 on the second.
Okay.
And once those are done, I will sort of grab onto the vine that I was holding onto and slide down it and hide.
Fantastic. So as this fly swatter of energy rockets through, it absolutely like it hits a wall, and these things just kind of fall to the ground in a little clump of dead and dying bugs. Robin, it even knocks a few loose off of you. Not all of them, but a number of them kind of fly off. Maeve appears, fly swats, slides down this vine into the dirt. You can do a hide check if you want.
Sure. 18.
18 is good. All right, Robin, your turn. But before you go, these creatures that are still attached to you suck 5 points of blood. As you just feel kind of pulling this life force, this blood out of your body on your turn.
Is it possible to know how many are on me?
I mean, we'll say like 4 at
Okay.
this point.
Could I use my action to like try to hit them off?
Absolutely.
Like, okay.
Fantastic. Yeah, you do it. It's easy.
Okay.
You can just kind of swat at them, or you're able to dislodge them pretty easily by just kind of hitting them or swatting at them, and you can release all of your
Okay.
attached.
And then as a bonus action, once they're off of me,
Yes.
Robin's just gonna misty step 30 feet away, kind of away from the swarm.
Okay. Are you going into the hole? You're going off into the jungle? Where do you want to land?
Is the hole big enough?
It's 5 foot square.
Okay,
so
no.
You can all get in there. It's just tight.
I mean, I'm small and Pivum's smaller.
Yeah, Pivum's
so
teeny.
I think Robin would just 30 feet away and kind of just duck into the brush.
Okay. 30 feet away into the pitch darkness. You sort of hunker down in that brush. You can see your lights, just over there, and but barely for the swarm surrounding them. As you kind of duck into this little spot over here and watch from a distance. Is that everything, Robin?
Yes.
All right, Fairuza, your turn. You currently have no bugs attached to you.
No bugs attached to me, but I still can see like a bunch buzzing around.
They're all around. Absolutely.
So she has her axe in her hand, and she's just she's like muttering under her breath, like, "Where's a citronella candle when you need one?" And she's gonna get her axe and start like spinning it, and it's gonna start spinning really fast, almost like a fan, just a fan blades like going. And as it's spinning, she's just gonna release it, so it's flying through the air fast like fan blades, and it's gonna hit whatever it may, because I have 2 hits. It can either hit 1 twice or it can hit 2.
Okay.
I don't know, depending how close
it doesn't really make a difference. It's a swarm, so you can do both hits on the one swarm, and it will it'll hit multiple.
Yeah, so basically I pre-rolled someone. I rolled 23 twice.
Woo! You hit strong.
So it came up to 27 points of damage total.
Okay, that's on these guys. That's gonna be nice. So in the swarm that is buzzing around you, as you kind of swipe at things, and you're hitting several of them, not just with your weapon, but with your arm, and as you're swinging around, you're hitting and knocking a lot of them out of the air. You really seem to have reduced the density around yourself pretty good. Anything else, Fairuza?
What she was hacking away at was sort of the underbrush, so that it would kind of, if she could get it to come up in one piece, she's gonna attempt to let it come up so she can sort of like disgustingly put it like a blanket over herself. And I had like this vision of her not knowing where you guys were, so she sort of ended wearing Neb and Pivum in her blanket to hide herself underneath them.
So Neb and Pivum are down inside the hole. So if you do this, I think it would be more like you take a piece off of the edge a little bit, and maybe some of the dirt, falls in, but you kind of duck under this blanket of underbrush. There's bugs and centipedes and millipedes and scorpions and roly-polies and all these little creatures just kind of blanketing as you just sort of scoot yourself down under here. It is warm and it is wet and it is, creepy crawly, but you kind of, huddle yourself down under there. Swarm Bee's turn here.
I just gently reach out and grab one of the millipedes and like put it down somewhere else and go, it's gonna be fine. They don't care about us.
And then Bruce is under her breath going, where's a fireball when you need one?
Swarm Bee's turn is still gonna try to come after you, Fairuza, but I'm gonna give you some cover.
The way this combat is making me itch right now.
So I have a 22 to hit, but let's do a +2 to your AC, Fairuza, for cover.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Oh no, actually, it does.
Okay, with a 22 and a +2 to your AC.
Yes, but it's half because she has defense against things that pierce because of her skin density.
Okay, and so this is already going to be halved because you did a good job reducing. So this is 7 points of piercing damage, and you can take 3.
Mosquito bite.
Mosquito bites. Now up with Silas. So let's see. You still have a few. Oh no, yeah, you still have a few on you. Oh, just 5. Yeah, you've got 5. Oh no, wait, never mind. I'm sorry. We're gonna get to that. First, there's a swarm up there with you that's gonna attack. That is a 19 to hit.
Hits.
That hits. All right. More attach to you. 5, 3. That's 8 piercing damage. Now it's the start of your turn, and you will take an additional 5 as the ones that are on suck more blood out of your body. Go ahead, Silas, your turn.
With my bonus action, the telekinetic force grabs the bug spray out of my bag because I do have that in my inventory. And it is going to take the bug spray, and the telekinetic force is going to basically do that thing where you can take the stopper off and it sprays out into a fog around me.
I can't believe you have bug spray.
I think I do too, actually.
I was not coming to this place without bug spray.
It's amazing. Fantastic. Let's do, like, it's like an area effect, right? So we'll do
That's what I'm trying to do.
Like a dex save kind of thing.
Fine
or do you
with
want?
me. Yeah.
Let's do like a dex save thing. Here we go.
I mean, either way, it should be a cloud.
I rolled a 1. Regardless of what I rolled or what I should have rolled, go ahead. What do we think for some damage on this?
No idea.
Let's see.
I don't know. While this cloud is up, is now the good time for Robin to cast Fireball?
Give me, because this is specifically designed for bugs. Let's do D10.
Burn it out.
Give me like 2 D10s.
Nice.
And wow, that's 20 points of damage because I rolled double zeros there.
Nice.
Wow. Amazing. So you just go making a cloud of bug spray around you. There's that strong, like, DEET that you can taste in the back of your throat around you. But the bugs that are, as soon as they're trying to dodge around it, but you can see they just drop out of the sky because you're a little bit up higher as they begin to fall down to the earth. There's still some up there that avoided it in general, but you did an excellent job of dispelling them. Or anything else?
I'm taking my action now because that was just the bonus action move.
Gotcha.
Of course. And so Constitution saving throw for anything that I can get within 30 feet.
Okay. Oh, within 30 feet?
Yes.
That's a 5. That's a 13. And that's a 14.
Okay. That's great news all around.
Not a 15. Not a 16.
Yeah. That's 28 points of force damage.
Woo! To all of them. Wow.
All of them. and it also is going to move them 15 feet away from you.
Yikes. All right, let me see. Okay. Okay, so
And then with this move, I'm going to try to get into this hole that everybody sees.
gotcha. So the ones that are right around you take the the most force of this and just like disintegrate. It's just even like just little bug pieces that are sort of flying through the air. The ones that are a little farther away get hit bad and they get pushed, creating this just sort of like sound wave sphere around you as you then turn and dive into this hole, joining Neb and Pivum. You're flying through some of these things. They don't get op attacks. That's not how these work. But you just kind of land in this little hole with them. There are still some around and attached, but you are in the hole. Feeling good?
I fell in the pit.
We live here
Okay.
now.
He fell into
I fell in the pit. Pivum. I think this one. Great. Pivum again goes, okay, heads down. Especially to any of you that are taller and in there who will sort of lower your head, Maeve, Silas. He goes, "Ah, da, 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 da," and vines begin to grow over the top of this hole, sort of creating a little bit of a canopy directly over your head. Here we go. And yeah, it helps sort of fill in the area up there. That is Pivum's
There's
turn.
a can of pee above our head?
There's a can of pee.
Nope. I'm fine with mosquitoes. Nope,
That's
we're
some
not.
psychic
Not doing
damage.
a can of
Nope,
pee.
that's
Oh my
not the kind of damage I want. Nope.
We're doing potty training at the moment, so my life is all pee. I'm doing
Oh my
pee
goodness.
means nothing to me. In fact, I have stickers. I have stickers for going potty. For going pee
Oh,
in the big
Oh,
potty.
do you get stickers too, Deborah?
It helps, reinforce the concept. You get
So
stickers
you've only
if we
peed
go
2
pee in the
times today?
potty.
I mean, you got to teach, so you
Only
deserve a
twice
sticker
with,
too.
with my son. So yes,
Oh my god.
Silas gets a sticker. So yes, so these vines grow above. It is now Neb's turn. You do still have a couple attached to you, so you're going to take 5 blood drain damage at the start of
Ew.
this. And now it is your turn.
Can I still see out of the
Yes,
cover?
it's not completely, they're sort of vined together, but it's a mesh he's sort of created, so you can still see through it.
Awesome. And at this point, everybody's covered, and Robin is off. Away.
Robin is gone. Maeve, Silas, you, and Pivum are in the hole, and Fairuza is a little bit above it, but she's covered herself over with some earth and has some cover.
Excellent. So Neb is going to scramble up and make a little bit of room through the netting of these vines, and she's going to yell up to all of these things and be like, I'm going to learn how to turn into a bat because of all of you. And I need them anything in a 15-foot
An intimidation
cube.
check.
I was going to say, do it. Do it.
Could turn into a bat. She's thinking about it. It's like, I still can't get the wings, and they don't even have any feathers. I don't know what's going on.
Darn
I
wings.
need everything in a 15-foot cube
Yes.
above us to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oop, that's cocked. 8. 3. 2 fails, I'm pretty
Two
sure.
fails. They are all going to take 12 thunder damage and be pushed 10 feet away from me. And considering I'm under them, I guess they all go up.
Yep. So you just, again, they get sort of blasted back, and there's a brief pause, and then like rain, little mosquito bodies start to fall down and sort of hit the ground like raindrops. Is that all, Neb?
Yeah, she'll back away from the netting that Pivum has made and kind of like close up the hole again and go, okay, so how long are we supposed to stay in this hole? I mean, how many of these things are going to come?
Pivum's trying to catch his breath as he, is sort of trying to maintain his tangled canopy there. At this moment, there's still some up there, and Fairuza, you are the only one they can sense, so they're going to try to come for you.
Okay.
You have the +2 cover.
Yes.
And that is a very poor roll, so I'm sure that you are fine. That you can feel them trying to like get through, but then even as they get closer, you know, there's frogs down here. There's things that will eat them, and so they sort of, you know, back off a little bit as they attempt to come through towards you. Maeve, we are back up to you.
Yes, I would like to do exactly what I did last time. It seemed to be pretty effective with the fly swatter, fly swatter of force. So I would like to. No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolute. That's the evolution of that
Yes.
ability. It is absolutely
Absolutely
not. So first one is a 22.
Easy hit.
Second one is even higher.
Now they're 15 feet away now, as long as that's still good.
As long as they're within 120 feet, they're solid.
Great.
Nothing escapes Maeve's nope.
I just nope them all the way to
nope them.
Okay, so that's 12 on the first one.
12 damage, yeah.
On the second, yes.
Great, 12 and then 8
on both of those as the fly swatter of nope.
The fly swatter of nope.
Well, I mean, I guess in this case it should probably be off, right?
Yeah.
You know, just erupting through this tangle of vines above you. It just and these ones you almost seem to like hit them sideways with a baseball bat, and you notice that the buzzing, except for the few that are still attached to your buddies down here in the dirt, the buzzing is significantly reduced, and it's really just that's happening within this particular little spot that you can still hear. Anything else, Maeve?
Is there anything else I can do here? Can I help try and swap stuff off? Just assisting, whatever.
Sure, yeah. You can sort of turn to your friends and start to try to take them off. I think right now it's Silas and Neb that have, you know, bugs still on them that are just sort of flapping their wings. You can see they're getting fatter with all of the blood that they've sucked out. All right, we can let you kind of go towards that. We're now off with Robin, 30 feet away in the darkness. Robin, from watching from afar, you've seen this just bang, bang, and it feels like, you know, you saw Silas dive into this hole, and then the vines grow over, and, you know, feeling pretty good about all of that. You just sort of take a look down to try and see if it's a good time to walk back, and all over your legs and climbing up your body are tiny little spiders, bugs, ticks, something, little black bodies just crawling up in the dozens and growing. And with that, we will come back next week for Children of Éarte.
I've always wanted to fireball myself.
Bugs. Have a blanket on its bugs.
Thank you all so much for being here this evening. I adore you all. Thank you, players. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everyone at home. And please remember, what's our new thing? I didn't take note. You are what you believe yourself to be, is what that is. Have a great evening. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.